And we are back for another pull day. Back in biceps, I'm going to be showing you the correct way to do your pull exercises. Stick around. And we are back again for our pull day, which is essentially back and biceps. Going to be hitting it pretty good today. Starting off with some curls, because curls are for the girls. That's the only functionality I think with biceps is the aesthetic look of a muscle person. So I don't think you really need biceps for your everyday strength, but they look good. So, slept like shit today. I'm waking up right now for this color commentary, sucking down some coffee. I take creatine with my coffee. I don't know if you guys do that. It can be rough on the stomach, but that's what I do. I've come to grips with the fact that I have ADHD, so I'm taking a bunch of amino acids and I'm trying to eat better. So right now I'm taking my L-tyrosine, L-theanine, and L-arginine, and my blood pressure med that I take. I take a small dose of metropol. What do you call it? Metoprolol, something like that. It's just 25 milligrams. Trying to get off that shit because I'm fat and I don't like having that blood pressure med. I also take, what is it? I said creatine with my coffee, and then I take some type of ground up mushroom, whatever the hell it is. I haven't woke up yet. So this bicep exercise I saw Ronnie Coleman do, and for those of you that don't know, Ronnie Coleman was like a pretty good bodybuilder back in the day, and I saw him do this on some old clip, so I figured I would duplicate it. And you basically hit like the three major areas of the bicep, and I've had to take a couple weeks off, so I'm not feeling great. I probably put on a couple pounds and skipped the gym the last couple weeks, so I'm not hitting it as hard as I would. But that's not a lot of weight, but this exercise hits like every part of the bicep. So I suggest you try it, because Ronnie Coleman won the Olympia like 7 times in a row or some crazy amount, and his biceps were just insane. I'm still dialing in my settings with my camera guy and getting my blood pumping. Holy shit. Yeah, this was also a tough day because it's busy in the gym. I go late. I go at like 10:30 p.m. and there was like a lot of people walking around, and people get weird when you're trying to film gym content. So I try not to put the camera in people's face and shit. Some of them like it. Some of them are perverts, and they'll notice the camera and they'll start jerking off and stuff. So I'm not allowed to have guys just walking by jerking off on the camera anymore, because then YouTube gets in trouble. They don't like those videos, you know what I mean? So here's the second set. Trying to go to failure. I'm already hurting from this exercise. See right there? That's the top part of the bicep. And then when this gets done, I try and do full reps of the whole range of motion. And it feels good. I'm still fat, so can't really see my biceps yet, but we're working on it. I'm trying to take a little bit of this weight off because it's a little too much for me. And I feel like I'm cheating a little too much. So this camera's dope. It just follows you, you know. So I suggest you spend the $3,000 like I did and get a magic camera that follows you all over the place. But you know, I'm still trying to figure out what I like to do in the gym, man. It is kind of awkward, and again, I'm tired of people walking in my frame and jerking off and stuff. I don't know about you, but I only like watching women jerk off, so that's just kind of my thing. I don't judge you if you like watching strange dudes walk around in your gym content jerking off. That's you know, again, we're all inclusive on this channel, so I don't judge people for their sexual fetishes. And maybe you like to watch fat dudes work out, and that's how you like to jerk off, because this is like free porn for you. Maybe there's no section on that website you go to jerk off that's about fat guys trying to lose weight, so you come here to get your fix on, you know. So that's your problem, you know. That's not my problem. But if you're gonna watch my videos and get all sexually aroused, just leave a like on the comments and let me know you're here. I'm just trying to figure out where my audience is. Again, wearing my cheap Walmart workout shorts, and they're falling off my fat ass already because I've lost so much weight. Doing pretty good. It's a great shot of my calves right there and my ass crack. Shirts are feeling like they're fitting better. But look how slow I'm walking. Holy shit. I am tired already. I know you're tired from watching this. This is going to be another 3-hour video of me working out. But I know that, look at that look right there. We're moving indoors now. That was the outside part of the gym. Now we're indoors. Different lighting in here. And this is an exercise I saw Lee Priest talking about. And this is called super duper pullovers or something. It works every goddamn muscle in your back, starting in your ass crack all the way up to your neck fat. So it's very awkward for me because I'm still fat, so those pads are hitting me in the sides there. And but maybe that's good because it'll piss my fat off and my fat will leave my body. So I got all kinds of experimental workouts I'm trying to do. If you look real close, my crotch actually looks like a vagina today. I didn't even plan that. And I know what you're thinking, why am I looking at a fat guy's crotch right now? Again, no judgment at all. If that's your thing, if you need to come here and watch this video in the privacy of your own home, or you need to pull out my video while you're at the gym to figure out how to even do these exercises, then that's your prerogative. I'm not here to judge your sexual proclivities. So right there, that was my warm-up set, and that was just a little too easy, so I had to jack it up to about 165 pounds or something like that, just to kind of get the blood pumping. And here's my rest period. And again, don't look at my crotch right now. If you if you think you can avoid looking, I'm like, how does a male penis even form into a vagina like that? I have what's called a transformer dick, and that's a new thing that I didn't think was possible, but obviously it is. My balls and dick just form into a huge labia during the workout. It doesn't hurt or anything right there. I just don't understand how that works. So anyway, this machine's got a seat belt on it, and I decided not to use the seat belt because I don't think I'm going to go flying off at any point, but there is a seat belt if you weigh like 100 pounds and you're doing this exercise, I guess there's a risk if you don't buckle up with that seat belt, you can go flying off and break the mirror. And you can't be breaking the mirror at a gym like this. You get in trouble. So I would, if you weigh way less than me, I suggest that you use that seat belt. So if there is another gym expert watching this video, tell me what is the functionality of the seat belt is for. Does it, because I'm not going anywhere. You can see right there that I'm having no problems sitting in the seat. There's no, maybe if there's an earthquake or something while you're working out, you might need this seat belt, you know what I mean? Or maybe you're from a foreign country and they don't have seat belts in their cars, and you're here working out on some type of visa situation, and you need to practice how to use a seat belt, then this is the perfect exercise for you. Or maybe you're working out right before you're taking your driver's test and you failed the last driver's test about putting your seatbelt on, because that's an instant fail. I don't know if you knew that. If you're getting a driver's license in California and you forget to put your seatbelt on, and then there's that driver's ed guy in the car with you, you just fail the test. That's like lesson number 1, is you got to put your seatbelt on. So that's probably more important than the actual lift on this machine, is to put the seatbelt on. Next time, I think I'm just going to put it on, and maybe it'll create some type of super leverage or something. Maybe I'll feel stronger or something if I use that seatbelt. So, I mean, look at my man labia right there. I think maybe if I put the seatbelt on, my cock and balls wouldn't look like a labia. And to tell you the truth, I don't care what it looks like, because I can't even see my dick anymore. You know what I mean? I'm reliant on other people to tell me how it looks down there. So, or if I set up a video camera like I did today, I can say, hey, you know, my cock and balls are doing some weird chemistry where they can just, I got transformer dick going on. I've never seen that before. Have you ever seen that? Anyway, I'm killing this exercise, and it's been too easy, and I've got to put it up to about probably 400 pounds right there. It hits and stretches every part of the back. So if you have one of these machines in your gym, I suggest you put on the seat belt and you maneuver your workout shorts in a way that doesn't just mash up all your genitals up in one thing and make it look like a fucking bunch of hot dogs stuffed in my crotch and shit. Get on this machine, because you will thank me later. You're probably gonna figure out that your back muscles are gonna be exploding out of your shirt after trying this exercise. This is called the super duper pullover or something like that. You can see how much stretch you get. You got there's a thing, you guys can't really see it, but there's a little foot device. It's like a foot pedal. I think a drummer or something invented this machine, and you use that foot pedal to kick the bar up so you can get your fat ass behind there. And if you don't use that bar, then you could die. So you got to use that bar to get that weight up over your head. And we don't want any deaths in the gym. You know, there's probably like 13 or 14 people every year that die in the gym from improper use and not taking enough steroids and stuff. So I got to make sure that I remind you guys to make sure your all the chemicals and bullshit and the drugs you're putting in your body has to line up with the correct exercise technique, because you could die. I saw a guy die one time when I was in Los Angeles. It wasn't in the gym. He just got hit by a car. But you got to watch yourselves out there. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? And you got to wipe those machines down. See, I'm showing you again. proper gym etiquette, because you want to wipe these machines down, because sometimes people come in the gym and they're like eating tacos and stuff, so you want to leave a clean environment. If someone brings in a plate full of street tacos, then they need a nice place to eat, so you got to wipe that shit down. If you don't wipe the machines down, you're a huge piece of shit. Remember that I said that. I think that's going to be a ever-best evergreen theme of this show. If you don't wipe the machines down, you're a huge piece of shit. Now, this exercise, again, these machines are a little tight to maneuver around. These are called Eskimo dogs, and you basically put your chest up against that pad right there, and you're gonna use your back muscles to. It's like pulling a sled. Okay, this exercise was developed by the Eskimos when they were training for that dog race out there in Juneau, Alaska every year, where they have 50 dogs pulling. These guys are lazy. Eskimos are lazy, man. I don't know if you knew this. So that's why they created those dog races, man, because nobody was going up there to race them Eskimos, so they were like, you know what? We're tired of running by ourselves. So they got a bunch of dogs and pissed it, and they whipped the dogs and shit, and then that's why they have them dog races. So this exercise is how you train your back and how to pull the dogs in case the dogs are like acting up and they don't want to run and you're trying to whipping them and shit. You got to have strong back muscles so you can hold the reins, and then you got to yell at them and shit. Come on, Flippy, let's go. That's how you yell at your dog, by the way. Now, when I grip this bar, I want you to note the perfect grip mechanics. Watch the thumb positioning. And this little bodybuilder I met the other day when I was buying androstenedione off him, he was like, hey, I noticed your grip looks like shit. So he fixed my grips for me. He's like this grip guy. He walks around and he fixes everybody's grips on the weights. So just check out my thumb positioning. And again, I'm trying to make sure that my technique, well, you got to drive your knees into that bottom part of the machine to get the proper lateral dorsus muscles working. But see right there, see how I fixed my thumb right there? That's how you engage all the blood and vessels and all that crap that's behind your lateral muscles and stuff. If your thumb's not like that, then you could pass out, shit your pants, and die. So you got to make sure your grip technique is as efficient as this. And again, I'm just trying to help you guys out because, I'm not there to spot you, Now, if you, I'm going to start a website pretty soon. If you are one of these multi-millionaire people that are bored and you want to hire comedian Drake Nelson as your personal trainer, I will be taking those bookings pretty soon. I mean, have you ever seen a comedian as a personal trainer? I don't think so. You're used to seeing comedians actually perform on stage, which I do that a lot. But if you want to pay me to be your personal trainer in the gym, we can do that. I'm not going to discuss my rates here on the internet, but just get in touch with me, and it'll be the most expensive but well worth it training that you've ever got. It'll be like your own personal comedy show, and you might freak out being this close to an internet celebrity like Drake Nelson. I'm sure you noticed that I'm wearing my own shirt that is a couple years old now. I don't know if you guys have your own shirts from your own failed Twitch channel, but I still have that shirt, and it's a great workout shirt now. Because if you're not wearing the gayest colors that you can in the gym, what are you doing with your life? You know what I mean? I'm trying to get hit on at this point in my life. You know what I mean? I want some of these sexy dudes walking around to be like, hey, is that Drake Nelson in his own shirt that's purple? How about I give you $10,000 and you can be my personal trainer and you can tell me how my balls and ass and dick look in these shorts? So anything can happen. This is my rest set right here. I like to really take my time. These are my favorite exercises, really, when you don't have to get up off the chair. You know what I mean? Like, well, look at that guy on the treadmill. Why would I be on the treadmill when I can just sit in a chair and lift this shit and really show my strength? Look at the thumb positioning on there. You can't teach that type of technique, even though somebody taught it to me and I'm teaching it to you. But that's just, if you get your thumb positioning like that naturally, you're probably an athlete of some type. Hitting it hard. See, I'm breathing heavy. We're going to failure on this one. We're pulling some serious weight here. You know what I mean? You never know if your friend Joe needs you to pull an engine out for him. So you gotta be strong, man. You can't just be sitting on your fat ass playing Nintendo all day. That's how you get a body like mine, all right? So I know for me that now I gotta get up and move. Now these are these are seated lateral dorsal pull downs. So what I'm trying to do here is pull all the weight you can. God damn it! You never know if you're gonna be in a grocery store and just shopping around, and some old lady's like, "Hey, can you get that jar of pickles on that top shelf?" You got to be able to stretch and pick up that pickles and then not drop the pickles either once you pull it off the top shelf. So that's what this exercise is all about. That was the warm-up set. Just getting the blood pumping. Did about 50 reps there. Now we're going about half the rack right here. I got a huge muscular back, you know what I mean? I used to give a lot of piggybacks as a child. I was bigger than all my friends as a kid, so all my little Mexican friends would jump on my back and they would ask me to give them a piggyback ride. So I would just walk up and down the halls with these little Mexicans on my back, you know what I mean? And you can't really do stuff like that anymore, your Mexican friend can't just jump on your back and say, "Give me a piggyback ride, you fat cracker motherfucker." They're not allowed to talk to you like that no more, you know what I mean? But this is a great exercise. If you still have little friends that want to jump on your back and ride you like a fat zebra, then this is the good exercise for that. It's the only exercise that this is for, really, is training to give people, preferably smaller Mexican people, a piggyback ride. You know what I mean? And now, God damn it, I think I can pick up just about anybody, man. So if there's a fire and the firemen are like, "Hey, I'm not running in that fire. I'm just going to stand out here at the hose and shoot water into it." And then you happen to be walking by and you're a guy like me and you're like, "Well, I'm going to walk in there and make sure that there's no cats and no people still in that house. And if there are, I'm going to throw them on my back and piggyback them out of that motherfucking house." Then you got to get ripped and bipped and jacked and flacked by doing an exercise like this, the seated lateral pull down. So yeah, get your hero muscles working, because you never know if you're going to be trying to buy some weed off this dude named Carl and you see a fire right by a drug dealer's house, and then you got to go running in there and make sure that those other little fuckers who started the fire, probably crackheads, you got to make sure them crackheads are out of that crack house that's on fire. And if they are, you pick them up and you put them on your back and you get them the hell out of there, and then you're a hero of Del Norte County. And then they have award shows for you, and they're like, we didn't know that there were 7 crackheads in that house. And then Drake Nelson happened to be buying some weed off his friend, and he ran into that house and he grabbed all them crackheads 2 at a time. He put 2 crackheads on his back and got him out of there, and we're gonna give him this award for saving these crackheads that started that fire with all that crack in it. So you got to be prepared to accept rewards for saving people that might be burning up in a fire, okay? So these are life lessons that you're going to learn on this channel. I know you probably have a physique that's like mine, where you wake up every day and you're like, is today the day I'm going to try to start losing some weight? And you're looking at me, well, if he can do it, if he can be a hero, then I can be a hero too. So I'm going in for my 3rd set here, and you can see I got the machine jacked up to like probably 500 pounds, you know what I mean? You never know if you're going to be taking a cross-country flight from here to Dubai. I don't know what kind of money that my Amazon station that in my car thinks I got, but I'm getting commercials to fly to Dubai, right? So let's say you're about to take a cross-country flight to Dubai, and there's some little old rich lady who can't put her luggage up in the goddamn top compartment. She looks at you because you're huge and muscular like me, and she's like, excuse me, sir, can you put my luggage in that thing? And I can't because I'm a feeble old rich lady. Then you can put her luggage in there, and then you're like, all right, then where's my tip? And then she's going to tip you like $5,000. That shit happens all the time. So you should be doing these exercises that I'm doing just in case that you get lucky like me and you can take a flight to Dubai and help that rich lady. All right. Now, I wanted to do a couple more things with curls today, but again, the gym is very busy, and I didn't really want to like screw around too much because some of these people look like they might shoot you if they're on camera, and I'm not trying to get shot again, because I've been shot several times with guns because of people that don't like to be on camera. You know, I work out with a lot of gangsters and just Republicans too. So everybody's got guns around, so and they don't like being on camera. So I'm not a huge fan of this machine, but you know, it does the job. And I'm kind of in a hurry and tired at this point. So these are seated preacher curls. Everybody knows that when preachers are getting jacked, when 1 out of 10 preachers is also a bodybuilder, you got to do these preacher curls. So let's say you were trying to lift 2 altar boys at the same time. I don't know why you would want to do that, but this is the exercise for you. Invented by some preacher back in the day. Maybe he was stacking Bibles in his hands. I don't know. I don't like to really make fun of religion a lot. I feel like if you Google preacher and boys, you're going to find all kinds of educational stuff about that, and I don't really like to talk about that because my own experience is pretty rough. So but changing the angle here to get a better shot of the curvature in my back. And again, this is an educational channel here, and I'm trying to show you guys the perfect way to do these preacher curls, you know. So you can see right there, it's a pretty good weight, man. That's about 165 pounds right there, and I'm trying to really concentrate on the negative as lowering the muscle down, because I don't know about you guys, but I listen to a lot of like Mike Mentzer and Jeff Nippard, that little scientist guy. And they're always talking about control the negative. You know what I mean? And I think that's just a great analogy for life. Control the negative. Have fun with the positive, but control the negative. And I'm going to failure, but that set right there was pretty good. Kicking up the weight to probably like 400 pounds right now. Preacher curls. Again, I think the best exercises is when you can just sit down on a chair. You know what I mean? I feel like if most chairs had an exercise option to it, people would be ripped in America. You know what I mean? Like if I had one of these chairs in front of my TV where I play Xbox, oh my God, I would be insanely jacked. And I think more of you fat ass kids that are on that Call of Duty Xbox should get a machine like this and just put it in your living room. If you are addicted to Call of Duty and dolphin diving and head scoping and camping pieces of shit from Texas who sit in a room and wait for you to run by, and then they shoot you, and then you yell in the mic, "You camping piece of shit!" If you're tired of that happening, get yourself a preacher curl machine, put it in your living room, and then you will build your reaction time to kill those camping pieces of shit that sit in a room and just wait for you to run by. That's exactly what this machine is for. Okay. Now, this is my last set. I'm going to failure. So that was about 37, 38 reps right there. So muscles are feeling really good. Hitting all the push-pull leg muscles today. Pull day. Now, this is another exercise I got off that Jeff Nippard kid. For free, by the way. You just gotta just watch his stuff. He shows you how to do it. Now, this is incline dumbbell curls, all right? And I can feel this. These barbells, these dumbbells, excuse me, about 50 pounds in each hand, okay? I can feel a massive stretch from every part of the lift. So I know that eventually my arms are going to be like tree trunks. And part of the reason is this exercise right here. Again, another good exercise where you just sit in a chair. You know what I mean? Man, I think I'm going to bring some dumbbells in the bathroom, because when I take a shit, my toilet is inclined like that. So I got one of those special European toilets, you know. Most toilets in America, you sit straight up, and you know. But I like this toilet seat with an angle like that, because sometimes I like to jerk off on the toilet too. I don't know if you guys ever tried that, but so the toilet I got allows you to do that. So you lean back like that and do all your pooping. And sometimes you can jerk off. So now what I'm going to do, I just had this epiphany, is I'm going to get some dumbbells, also leave that in my inverted, inclined, declined toilet. So now I can do these seated incline dumbbells while I'm taking a shit. Now here I had some type of camera malfunction. It's almost like the camera guy is saying, "No, quit doing that. Quit doing that exercise." He's shaking his head no. I don't know why that happened, but these are some of the things that I'm experimenting with. And you can see my one ab that is just ripped around my stomach and back. You know, you can't teach that. That's why the cameraman's like, "No, stop showing me that ab." So this is my second set. We're about to get done. I think I got maybe one more in me. I'm getting jealous of that guy doing pull-ups on the side, because I wish that I could do pull-ups that easily. But there's this machine I'm going to attempt after I get done with these dumbbells. And you can see that I got a long way to go before I can start doing pull-ups like that. So that was a pretty good set. I got one more in me. We're going to failure. My biceps are on fire right now, and I know it's not the same fire that's in my crotch. Whatever. I don't have gonorrhea in my biceps yet, but I guess that's a good sign when your biceps start feeling like gonorrhea and you get that burning sensation in all three heads of the biceps. That's when you know you're doing wonderful. So, getting my blood pumping, rest period right now. You can see even my elbow fat is getting better. Look at that elbow shit. I don't know what that is. Don't look at my elbows, okay? Now I can't stop staring at the elbows. There's got to be some type of elbow axe. Look at my forearms looking all jacked. Come on, bro. You can't. That's from years of playing video games right there. Forearms are popping. You can see the nipples popping out of my shirt. The cameraman's like, no, quit showing the nipples and your dick and balls collapsing on itself and prolapsing. That's the cameraman talking. Your dick and balls look like a giner today. I don't know. I'm personifying a cameraman that doesn't exist for your entertainment. The seated dumbbell curls, ladies and gentlemen. You can feel the stretch. You too can get a physique just like Drake Nelson by no, the cameraman to say. About 50 of those reps. If you can do as many reps as I can, you're gonna be like Billy Jack Haynes, man, just ripped. And maybe you're not gonna be drunk like him, but all right. So here's that machine I was gonna tell you about. This is a weight-assisted dip and pull-up machine. And what's great about this is it gives fat people like me a false sense of security that maybe you can do a pull-up one of these days. So I got the weight all the way up. Essentially, the weight subtracts weight from your body. So I'm about 319 pounds right now. So I got the weight at about 220. I got it jacked all the way up, and you can tell that, right? I could only do a couple of these, but like it's a lot. So we got a long way to go, and this is a great goal for me to get these pull-ups. So I did like 5 or 6, and that was enough, man. That was just like my back and ball sack is on fire. It's an awkward machine. Look at the calves. The calves are looking jacked though, and yeah, that was a rough one. So we're gonna try it. I'm gonna try and cheat a little bit on this next set, and instead of putting both my knees on it, I'm gonna try one. You can see my back muscles popping through that shirt, but I still got a lot of weight around the midsection. So I don't know if I told you guys. So I'm training for a movie role coming up, and the directors and producers want me to lose about 200 pounds in about 3 months. So that's why I've been hitting the gym so hard right now. Right there, I'm just sending a email to the producer saying, yeah, I'm down at this gym doing all them exercises that I saw off the internet. And I can't tell you much about the movie yet, but yeah, it's a comic book type movie. And I can't tell you about the role yet. It's all a bunch of secret. I had to sign one of those NDAs and stuff. So right here, I think I get maybe 1. And I'm already starting to cheat because this is a good workout today, you know, but you got a long way to go. I feel like Yokozuna jumping off the top rope. But progress, it's a slow process. See, I'm trying to figure out, why can I not pull my fat ass up? It's because I'm fat. So I'm not as fat as I was, so we're working on it. So We'll get there. Look at that butt crack. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I know you're getting jacked and ripped and gipped and skipped just like the Drakester. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.